Well, I guess it's just us today, so I'll start class. All right. Um, we'll start off as always with our introductory conversations. So, Omesha, would you like to start? And if possible, can we all get our cameras on?
Can hear you. Could
Okay.
everyone get their cameras on, please? That's a small class today.
Um, please make sure to try to have your cameras on. And we'll start. So, Omesha, can you start with what is your name? If not, we'll move on. Kalpa, we'll start with you then. What is your name?
My name is Kalpa.
And what is your favorite thing to do?
Read.
Can you say that again?
I
I think your mic is cutting out a bit, but that's good. What is your dream job?
dream is to be an astronaut.
Oh, that's my dream job too. That's very nice. Okay. And how about Jituni? What is your name?
My name is Rituni.
Hi, Jituni. And what is your favorite thing to do?
I like to play chess.
Like to play chess? I love to play chess too. And what is your dream job?
My dream job is to be a doctor.
Lovely. And how about Hiruna? I see you've just joined. What is your name? Okay. All right, then we'll just turn back to Omesha. How about you? No? Okay, that's okay. All right, we'll move on. So our homework for this week was to write a description of your day in English. Okay, and this was just the beginning of your day. Now, oh, Hiruna, I see you have your hand up. If you're talking, Hiruna, I can't hear you, but maybe check your computer or something, but your mic isn't on. Okay, so we'll talk about our homework from last week. Our homework from last week was to write a description of your day in English. Okay, so if you wrote a description of your day, please raise your hand and then we'll go over it. Kalpa, we'll start with you. Can you tell me what is the description of your day? Just the beginning of your day.
I work early in the morning. Then I get ready for school. Then I go to school on a three-wheel. I meet my friends. Then I played and did my work at school. When I came home, I did my homework and fed.
Very good. Okay. And how about Jituni? Would you like to share a description of your day?
That was I was absent.
Oh, okay, I understand. How about you try to just share it with what you see and just replace it with whatever you do in the morning? You can say, in the morning, I wake up and I brush my teeth and I like to eat rice for breakfast. And when I go to school, me and my mother drive to school in our car. Maybe you can make something up on the spot. Would you like to try that?
I wake up at 6:30. and I brush my teeth, and I wash my face, and I eat my breakfast and ready to go to school, and I go with my father. I study well, and I come back home and do my homework.
Very good. Okay, and how about Omesha? Okay. Well, if not, that's okay. We'll move on. So, before we go on to here, I wanted to try this game, which was assigned a couple weeks ago for homework, but I didn't see a lot of people doing it. So I wanted to try ourselves and do it during class. Okay. So last week we learned about adjectives and we learned about nouns. And that's pretty much what we've been doing for quite some time now. So we're going to do a little bit of a game and see if we can remember and see what's the difference between an adjective and a noun. Okay. So I'm going to put my cursor over a word and you have to tell me, anyone can tell me, anyone can turn on their mic and tell me whether this is a noun or whether this is an adjective. Okay. So does everyone have their paper and pencil from the last week? And if you don't know what an adjective or noun is, please just look at your paper and look at your notes and see what they are. Okay? All right. So can anyone tell me whether classroom is an adjective or a noun?
Baba, tamanu.
Would anyone like to share? How about Kalpa?
Now,
Very good. Classroom is a noun, right? Because it is a place, and a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. Okay, and how about nice? Is this an adjective or a noun? Jituni.
adjective,
Adjective, very good. And how about sad? Anyone can answer this one.
adjective,
Very good. And how about my mother?
now,
Very good. And how about paper?
Tapi এখানে অ্যাক্টিভ নাকি এটা তো বড়টা মানা তো দেখা দেখলাম
now,
No. Yes, noun. Very good, right? A paper is a thing, so it's a noun. And how about library?
now,
Yes, a noun because it's a place. Very good, Kalpa. And how about happy?
adjective,
Adjective, very good. And what about restaurant?
now,
Yes, that's also a noun. And how about orange?
adjective,
Yes, because that's a color, right? Okay. And how about teacher?
now,
Noun. And what about pencil?
now,
And myself.
now,
Yes, very good. And everything else is just. How about purple?
adjective,
Adjective and quiet
adjective,
and red.
adjective.
Very good. Good job, Copa. Thank you so much for answering. Okay, so we've got everything done, right? You can see all of our adjectives over here and all of our nouns over here, right? So our nouns are a person, place, or thing. We have over here a person, my mother and myself, and we have a place, a classroom, a library, a restaurant, and we have a thing. We have a paper and a pencil, right? Now over here we have our adjectives. These are our descriptive words, and we have nice and sad and happy, right? These are some feelings. Over here we have beautiful, we have quiet, and then we have some colors as well. These are all our descriptive words. Okay, now let's go back to our class. So last week we were talking about the beginning of our day, right? We talked about what do we do before school, what do we do, how do we get to school, and what do we do at school, right? So we're going to keep going off of that today. Today we're going to talk about what do you do at school, what do you do after school, and what do you do during dinner. Okay, so this is the second part of our day that we are going to make a description for. All right. So, what do you do at school? We'll start with Kalpa. Can you make a sentence about what you do at school?
I learn about the environment.
You learn about, can you say that again? I didn't hear you. Can you say that again?
Environment.
Environment, very good. I learn about the environment. Very important. And how about Omesha? Can you give me a sentence about what do you do at school?
Then terus aku bilang kayak ini ya.
If not, how about Jitini? Would you like to tell me a sentence about what you do at school? Okay, then how about Hiruna? Would you like to give me a sentence about what you do at school? Or not? How about Jitini?
I learn about my assignment.
You learn about I learn about my assignments. Very good. I guess there's very few people in class today, so let's make up some more sentences about what you do at school. So I'll go back to you, Kalpa. What is another sentence about what you do at school?
I play with my friends.
Yes, very good. I play with my friends. And how about you, Jitini? What's another sentence about what you do at school?
I'm learning maths with my teacher.
I'm learning math with my teacher. Very good. And how about Omesha? Would you like to give me a sentence about what do you do at school? Okay, if not, that's okay. We'll move on. So over here we have, oh, I see.
I
that.
play with
I didn't catch the last bit. Can you say that again, Omesha?
I play with my friends.
Very good. I play with my friends at school. And how about after school? Kalpa, you can start. So what do you do after school?
I do my
Yes, very good. I do my homework. Right? Or if you want to make this sentence longer, you can say after school, I do my homework. Okay. And how about Jituni? What do you
After
do
school,
after school? Sorry, go ahead.
school, after school, I read books.
After school, I read books. Very good. And how about Omesha? Can you give me a sentence on what you do after school?
I reading book.
I'm reading books. I am. Okay. And how about Kalpa? Can you give me another sentence on what you do after school?
I play siblings.
I play with my siblings. Very good. And how about Jituni?
I watch TV.
I watch TV. And what about Omesha? Can you give me another sentence on what you do after school?
I will play.
I will play my friends.
Yes, I will play with my friends. Good. And dinner. So this is the end of our day. At dinner time, I like to eat rice and curry with my family. That's our example, right? So, Kalpa, can you give me a sentence to talk about what you do at dinner time?
I eat bread.
I eat bread. Very good. And how about Omesha?
I watch TV.
Yes, I watch TV. And how about something else you do during dinner time? Like maybe talk about what you eat and who you eat with.
I eat and rice and curry.
I eat rice and curry. Very good. And Jituni, can you give me a description of your dinner time?
I eat bread with my family at dinner.
I ate bread with my family at dinner time. Very good, Jituni, a very thorough sentence. Okay, and I see Hiruna, you're back. Can you give me a sentence on what you do for dinner time?
I eat bread. I watch TV.
I eat bread
I
and I
Right.
watch TV. Very
curry.
good.
Rice and curry.
Oh, rice and curry. And also, okay, good. And how about Vinumi? I see you've just joined. So Vinumi, what we've been doing is just kind of going over what we did last week, but now we're doing the second half of our day. So Vinumi, can you give me a sentence on what we do for dinner or what you do for dinner time?
Tea time.
I eat rice and curry, and also wash wash the dishes.
And also I wash the dishes. That's very good. Doing the dishes. Very helpful. Okay. And so I'm just going to do a quick review. So after school, everybody learns, sorry, not after school, at school, everybody learns and they play with their friends and they learn about different things. And then after school, everybody does their homework or reads books or play with their siblings and watch TV. And then during dinner time, a lot of people eat rice and curry and eat bread, right? So if we want to make a description of the end of our day, we can say, at school, I learn about the environment and I play with my friends. after school, I do my homework and I read books. And I also watch some TV. And during dinner time, I eat rice and curry and also watch some TV. So do you see how I've made a description of the end of my day, right? So that's going to be our homework for this week, is to make a description for the end of your day. You have to talk about what you do at school, what you do after school, and what you do during dinner time. Okay? Now, that's the first half of our class. The second half of our class, we're going to talk about jobs. Okay? So if you're here last week, you'll remember us doing this. Or not last week, last semester, I guess. Okay. So can anyone give me a description of this man right here and his job? Omesha, can you give me a description of this man right here?
Doctor.
Yes, can you say, this man is a doctor? Okay, if not, that's okay. So we want to make this into a sentence always, right? So this man is a doctor. Very good. And Jithuni, can you give me another sentence to describe this man?
He gives us medicine.
He gives us medicine. Very good. And Vinuli, can you give me another sentence to describe this man? Or this doctor?
He helps us to be better.
He helps us to, how about we say feel better, right? He helps us to feel better. Very good. And how about Kalpa?
He helps patients.
He helps the patients. Very good. And Hiruna? Can you give me a sentence to describe the doctor?
Sydney.
All right, that's okay. We'll move on. And how about Vinumi? Can you give me a sentence and tell me what this man right here is? Or what his job is?
This is a farmer.
This is a farmer. And can you give me one sentence to describe this farmer?
He gives us food.
He gives us food. Very good. And how about Kalpa? Can you give me a sentence to describe this farmer?
He works very hard.
He works very hard. And Jituni, can you give me a sentence? That's okay. How about Omesha? Can you give me a sentence?
Paddy field.
Yes, he works in a paddy field. And how about Hiruna? Oh, I think they left. All right, that's okay. And can we talk about what does a doctor say when a doctor has a conversation? What does a doctor say? Kalpa, can you give me a sentence on what the doctor might say? Did you say what do you have? Oh, what sickness? What sickness do you have? Very good. And how about Omesha?
He work hospital.
Yes, he works in a hospital. And can you also give me a sentence on what he might say? Omesha, what might the doctor say at the hospital? That's okay. How about Vinumi? Can you give me a sentence about what the doctor says at the hospital?
How can I help you?
Yes. How can I help you? Very good. And Jituni, can you give me a sentence for what a doctor might say at the hospital?
How do you feel like?
Yes. How do you feel today? Would probably be a bit better, right? How do you feel today? Hiruna, can you give me a sentence for what a doctor might say at the hospital? It's okay. All right. Now, what might a patient say? So, what is something you might say to the doctor? Kalpa, can you give me a sentence on what you might say to the doctor?
I have corona.
Yes, I have corona. And how about Omesha?
I have heart attack.
Oh gosh, I have a heart attack, or I am having a heart attack, right? Oh. And Jituni, what is something
Thank
you
you for-
might say to the doctor?
Thank you for making us healthy.
Yes, very good. Thank you for making us healthy. And Vinumi, can you give me a sentence on what you might say to the doctor?
I think I think I am having a heart attack.
I think I am having a heart attack. It's not good. Okay. And how about Hiruna? Would you like to give me a sentence on what you might say to a doctor? Okay, that's okay. And what might you say? What might a farmer say, actually? Not what might you say. What might a farmer say? Kalpa, we'll start with you.
I make fruits and veggies.
I am growing fruits and veggies, or fruits and vegetables. Right? Okay, very good. And how about Omesha?
I am work in a paddy field.
I am working. I always want to add the ing at the end, right? I am working in a paddy field. Very good. And Jituni, give me a sentence on what a farmer might say.
I'm so I'm so tired, but I have to work hard.
Yes, I am so tired, but I have to work hard. Okay, and Vinumi, can you give me a sentence on what a farmer might say? Uh, that's okay. We'll move on. Kalpa. Now, what is something you might say to a farmer?
I want some fruit.
Yes, I want some fruits. Very good. And Omesha, what is something you might say to a farmer?
I am give rice.
I am giving you rice. Okay. And Jitini, what is something you might say to a farmer?
Thank you for giving us food.
Thank you for giving us food. Good, very good. Okay. And Vinumi, can you give me a sentence on what you might say to a farmer?
I want some veggies and fruits.
I want some veggies and fruits. Good. Okay, now we're going to end class a little bit earlier than normal today because we have a tiny class. So I'm going to talk about our homework for this week, okay? So last week we wrote a description of the beginning of our day. So this week I want us to write a description of the end of our day in English, okay? So we already talked about what we do at school, after school, and at dinner. So for example, I can say, at school, I learn about rocks. After school, I come home and do my homework and play with my friends. And at dinner time, I eat dinner, or I eat rice and curry with my family, right? So this is a written description of the end of my day. So just like you did last week where you wrote something about the beginning of your day, this week we're going to write something about the end of our day, okay? And also, as always, check the Moodle for homework and make sure you keep that pen and pencil because next week we're going to be writing some more notes, all right? So this week we didn't write as many notes, but next week we're going to write some more notes that I would like you to have your pen and pencil for, okay? So thank you everybody for coming to class, and thank you Kalpa for having your camera on, very good. And everybody for participating today. And that's it. Have a good day. Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.